The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Money Masters. And now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. I am Steve Rhodes, half of the Money Masters. Tom O'Brien is doing the keynote speech. He should be finishing up it kicks off right now. Oh, that's right. I didn't have my time conversion. It kicked off at 7 a.m. our time, so he's about 2 or 3 minutes into his keynote speech, and we'll be speaking here for the next 50 minutes out in San Francisco. Right now, you got the Dow up 304, S&P's up 35, Composite up 83. You got the small caps up 29. You got up, let's see, the Dow is the laggard, if you will, only up 2.7%, being up 303 points. And the small caps, Russell 2000, up 4.4%. If we take a quick look around the world here, you've got the FTSE up 2.8%. That's up 146 points. You've got the DAX up 4.3%, 241 points. You've got all of Asia was up all night. Was up. You've got the dollar index, King Dollar. That's Tom. He's on my screen. Hopefully you're watching us here on Tiger TV. Now today, the camera is being utilized to complete the functionality that we're working on for all of the, it's a new video streaming device that's going to be working. That's different than Tiger TV. It's actually going to be clearer than Tiger TV with regard to what comes onto your phones, your iPads, your Google Pads, whatever it is that you've got out there. If you have internet capability and you've got a screen, you're going to be able to see this show live. You'll be able to see the video. You'll be able to see the charts. And just our way of continuing to invest in you to be able to provide better tools each and every day. We should have that back up and going, but you can still watch us on Tiger TV because you'll be able to take a look at my screen. And right now, if you're looking at my screen, you're going to see King Dollar, who's out in San Francisco right now giving a keynote speech. So King Dollar's gone away, backed off. In fact, King Dollar's backed off 70 cents. We'll go through some of that. If you want to hear more detail about the currency aspect of how you need to really understand the patterns that are involved with the currency pairs. That's the euro, U.S. dollar. That's the pound, U.S. dollar. That's the Canadian dollar. That's the franc. That is the Japanese yen. Folks, you want to really get your head wrapped around those charts. You don't necessarily have to trade them, but you'd like to understand what's going on from a pattern recognition standpoint because it will aid you in your trading. It will help you to understand when a market takes off like this. What was behind it, what signals, what clues were out there, and how should you have traded this? And it's a money management game. If you think that what you're going to do is you're going to be able to sell every high tick and buy every low tick, that's really not what the money management game is all about. And I want you to get your head wrapped around understanding how to play the money management game because what will help you to attain financial freedom is money management. What doesn't help you is going out on a mission and trying to sell the high tick and buy the low tick. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't need to work that way. You'll drive yourself batty. You'll drive yourself crazy. Instead, you want to understand what's going on inside these markets, and that's why you've joined us because we absolutely can teach you how to do that. You can always give us a call, 877-927-6648. Now, one of the things that is in the news that's been out there, I mean, you've heard it, all weekend, if you will, probably started being pushed out there, Friday night, Saturday, if you will, and that was that this Thanksgiving trading week was the worst one going back to the Depression, going back to the 1932 time frame. So what I've got up on my screen is I've got the actual Thanksgiving numbers because, what happens is somebody pushes a story out there, and then every other broadcast picks it up, and everybody just reads it, and who actually goes out there and does the homework? Now, I'm not saying that they're wrong, but I just simply want to be able to put things into perspective because that's what understanding the charts is all about. That's what understanding chart patterns is all about. That's why when you see markets take off or you see them drop, you're not freaked out. You understand where things are going and why, what patterns are set up here. And so I'm taking you back to the Dow in 1932 and Thanksgiving. The week opened on Monday, which was November 21st, 1932. Now, the Dow opened at 64 on that day. It actually traded, let's go back and see what the range was. It traded to a high of $65, a low of $63. You got to like those even numbers out there. And the Thanksgiving Day weekend closed on November 25th. So November 24th, 1932, was Thanksgiving, and folks were eating birds. There was definitely no Black Friday shopping, if you will. And where the Dow closed at was 58.78. So I'm just simply going with an open and a close of the trading session to help us understand, what just to kind of put things in perspective here. So if you just simply took $64, subtracted 58.78, and divided that difference by 64, you'd get maybe about an 8% decline, if you will. And what we saw going on in our marketplace this week was only about a 4% decline. Now, what actually is, and I included this with my newsletter amongst many, many other things for my clients, and this morning when I sent out the newsletter at about 7 a.m., 7:30, and, I talk about the importance of understanding sacred geometry. Sacred geometry is nothing more than the Fibonacci summation numbers out here, and we want you to understand retracement levels 382, 618, 786, and I want you to absolutely understand expansion levels of 1.618, 1.272. And, folks, if you're looking at the screen here, I hope you are. I know that the numbers might be small, but if you can see this, folks, what you would see is a thing of beauty, because you will see all kinds of 618s, 1.618s, 1.272s, 382s. You see it all here. You see the summation index, the Fibonacci retracement and expansion has stood the test of time. And what I want you to do is I want you to learn, I want you to get on board with it, because when you took a look at these, and one of the things I pointed out to my subscribers this morning was one of the ideal trades when you're taking a look at expansions and contractions between swing points. And this works on any time frame, folks, any time frame. You want to take a look at your back is really up against the wall when you've done a 0.786 retracement between two swings. And when you can have a 1.618 expansion between some other swings with inside that, that is where your back is up against the wall. And in this case here, that actually occurred on February 27th, 1933, when the Dow was down at 49.60, and you got to that level. What you did was you set up a new A to B equals C to D, and you can see how the Dow went ahead and moved up. Now, look, even during recessions, depressions, in fact, folks, here's a real sobering statistic. Since 1879, that's the last 130 years, folks, 61% of the time period has been spent in a recession. 61% of the time. So, folks, you tell me, 61% of the time, do you want to have a buy and hold strategy? And I'm okay with buy and hold strategy when you're in a bull market run. We're not in a bull market run. Today is not about a bull market run. This is nothing more than a bounce in a bear market. I can go back. I can show you that. We can go back and take a look at the dropping down in 2008. I remember days when we had 700, 900-point swings, in the marketplace. And trust me, folks, you wanted to still ride the market down into that March 2009 timeframe. Let's go to Rich in Tampa, who has been good enough to hold through the last segment of the last show and this one. Rich, thanks so much for holding. I really appreciate it.
No worries, sir. I'm just sitting at Panera drinking my coffee.
Okay, good. I love it. Okay, Panera bread. That's a beautiful thing, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Right down from the office, so it's easy to take a break.
Okay, great. Now, you wanted to take what did you want to take a look at here?
I'm looking at the February contract for gold, the GCG.
Oh, okay.
I was shorting the December, but I closed my position out on last Wednesday. I didn't like holding it over the holidays.
Yep.
And I did well, but I'm looking for a new short position. I don't know if I should be waiting until around the 1750 range or so get an idea of that, because I can't really pull my Fibonacci numbers up with the charts I have on my iPad.
Okay, no problem. Give me a second here to pull up the gold contract here. I had a different symbol up, and so we're going to give me 1 second here on the daily. So right now what you've got gold trading out at, let's see, where that's trading out at $17.16. It's up $30.60. And if we just simply take a look at the retracement here that gold did, going from its last swing point low, which was down in the October 20th time frame. The low there, folks, was at 1604, all the way up to the high that it made here at 1804. What gold did was it pulled back to the 0.618 area. That price point would have been 1681. Right now you're trading at 17.16. So let's just take a look. And this is the daily chart that we're looking at. We can dive down into the intraday and see what patterns. But, on the longer term, which is what you want to be paying attention to, right now, let me get rid of a couple lines here on my screen. It'll make it easier for everybody, including myself, to read. So if we just simply go from the high in the gold contract, which was put in on November 8th, up at the 1804 area, down to the low that was put in on the 22nd, which was Tuesday. The 0.382 area is 1719. So, we've hit that already today, and, I wouldn't want to step in front of this at a 0.382. The 618 area is 1752. The better trade... Go ahead.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. And the better trade for you, you're going to really have to pay attention to what's going on, with the currency marketplace and King Dollar. So I'd be paying attention to the currency pairs, and I'd be looking for an intraday pattern. I'd be looking for maybe a Gartley sell pattern as you come in at either 1752 or more likely 1775. That would be a nice area, because then you've only got about, you got a $30 price swing between the high that was put out there on the November 8th time frame. Mm-hmm. Okay, but you'd want to, even if I dive down here and take a quick look at the gold contract, let's just look on a 30-minute chart here, see what pops out at us, if anything here real fast. Nothing here real quickly. I'd have to spend some time with this on a little bit longer, a little bit more than the next minute or so that I've got. So does that work for you? Work for you, Rich?
It does. It just tells me to be patient and let this thing bounce.
Yeah, no, look, I think that what we're taking a look at, folks, here, and the volume will help us understand as we come off of the, as we come into this move here, is what's really going on volume-wise. What may have sparked this whole thing is the idea that the IMF was going to intervene and get involved with the what's going on over in Europe. They started the fire, then they backed off and said, no, they're not. And but the reality is that when you took a look at everything that was going on currency-wise, ETF-wise, futures-wise, it was all signaling that you were at that point when you were looking over the cliff, and we were either going to be dropping further or it was going to be a place for it to bounce. And so, be patient, absolutely, Rich, because that's the easiest and the best way to make money. So now all you got to do is you got to just go have your bear claw and a little coffee.
Oh, yeah.
All righty.
I just want to say thank y'all, because for everything y'all been talking about, I ended up short in a euro on October 28th, and you pretty much know what happened from there.
Oh, we do. Hey, that's a great move. Love to hear that. Thanks for listening. We really do appreciate that. Let's go to Jeff in Portland. Jeff, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
That's great. How was your weekend?
It was wonderful. I'm very thankful for such a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you talk about that, and absolutely, I too am so grateful for that. And you mentioned the word safe, and my youngest daughter and my daughters were back from college, obviously, and and we take so much for granted. We take life for granted, for sure. And my youngest daughter had to deal with something Saturday evening, where it was somebody who lost their life. It was a good friend of hers that she dates. His sister was in a car accident, and we take for granted just driving and all that type of stuff. And so, I'm grateful for your call. Stay with me, Jeff. When we get back from break, we'll go take a look at GBG. Folks, 877-927-6664. You got the Dow up 325 right now.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Is the fast-moving investment world challenging the way you think about managing risk and return? You don't have to go it alone. Directions Alternative Strategy Funds feature built-in tactical management to help you find clarity for the path ahead. Direction Funds. I'm with X. To learn more about Directions Alternative Strategy Funds, please visit TFNN.com and click on the Direction Funds banner or call 877-434-9363. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus contains this and other information about Direction Funds. The prospectus should be read carefully before investing. To obtain a prospectus, go to directionfunds.com. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. The use of leverage by a mutual fund increases the risk to the fund. The more a fund invests in leverage instruments, the more leverage will magnify gains or losses on those investments. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
Hi, folks. Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you, folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, half of the Money Masters. Tom is out of town today. He is the keynote speaker out in San Francisco at, I think it's the Gold Show or the Money Show. I don't recall which one it is. Apologize for that. And I know he is, what a day to be able to kick things off, because I know he's going to be talking about King Dollar, and King Dollar moved out to San Francisco for a bit. And we are on the line with Jeff in Portland, who wants to take a look at Great Basin Gold, GBG. Jeff, thanks for holding during the break. And tell me what you're doing, what you're looking at, and how I can help you.
Thank you, Steve. I own a little bit of GBG right now, but I'm just looking at got hammered over the past couple of days here and wondering if this $1 is going to hold support, or if we're looking at maybe 87 cents in the future. Yeah.
So this was a trade that I too was in. So I know the reasons why you were in it. We ended up getting stopped out of this trade here. And if the first thing I would do is, I always do like to take a look at things on on a step back a bit. If I'm trading something on a daily basis, I like to just take back, take a look at the weekly or the monthly or what have you. And and this thing has absolutely gotten hammered. And right now, where it's trading inside, if you just simply go over to the left side of the chart, it's trading into the March 2009 lows. And I'm sure that's where you're getting your 87 cents. Up to the high of 107. You're trading in at 101 right now, and you're trading inside there. So The problem is that, as you said, it got hammered and it came down strong. I don't know what's wrong or what somebody knows at this stage here, but, you've picked out the area that is absolutely in play. If this gets down to, on a weekly chart, if it gets down to the 87 cents, I probably will consider taking a half or a quarter position in this. But the problem there is if it doesn't hold 87 cents, 73 is all over it.
Oh, yeah.
So the problem with the problem here is that, when you have ABC down, on the C to D leg, what you want to see is some conviction behind it. So if we just were looking at the chart, we weren't worried about whether we were invested in it or not. And many times you need to be able to do that when you're taking a look at a chart. So on the A to B equals C to D, what we can see on the C to D leg, and this is on the weekly chart, if you're watching this on Tiger TV, folks, you can see how the bars are inside they're to the left of that continued move down of the same angle as A to B. And so what that is telling me is that there is some real power behind this move, and that there is the likelihood that this thing could complete an A to B equals C to D at 71 cents, which would take it all the way down to the lows that you have going back in the December 2008 time frame. So that's the one thing that concerns me, because you had the volume spike down there, and just be careful on this. Just make sure that you have a stop in place. We talk about being grateful and just being here. You want to make sure that you do everything you can to live another day.
Yeah, today may be time to pay myself.
Yeah. So just keep a stop in place. Let the market go ahead and take you out.
Can you do one more, Steve? Yeah,
sure. What is it that you wanted to look at?
Bottom of the barrel, man. This is an OTC. Bryn Resources, Inc.
Bryn. What is the symbol on it?
BRYN.
BRYN. Let's see what we have here for Bryn. Oh boy, yeah. Something that's trading at 10 cents. There's nothing for me to really be able to tell you on this.
Thanks.
Nothing out here. But thanks for calling. I appreciate it. You bet. Let's go to Tim in Colorado. Tim, thanks for calling. Tim, are you on the line? No, maybe we don't have a Tim. How about Dave in Boston? Dave, thanks for calling.
Hey, Steve, how was your holiday?
My holiday was great. Like most folks out there, ate a little bit too much. Didn't drink as much as I probably should have, but enjoyed the football. We had absolutely great weather here, and one of the Thanksgiving Day traditions is the guys go out and play golf. There's nothing wrong with that. Come in, have a few beers, come back to the house, have some appetizers, if you will, and watch football. And continue to do that all day long.
That's exactly what I did. So we're just going to have to tune in to Nico DeHaan on Friday and get shit.
No, I have to stay away from. I got to stay away from Nico here. He's not. He won't like me when he finds out what I was eating.
Hey, I hear you. Well, we got to do all we can to get you up to Boston to catch a Bruins game.
Oh, I love it. Yes.
So we got to keep buying Tom's book.
Yeah. Well, what was really great was we had the Red Wing Boston Bruin game.
What a great game that was.
It was, and going to the shootout there. It was just a great weekend. Absolutely. Great sports weekend. Hey, Dave, do me a favor. We got the music coming in here. We're going to go to a break. Hang on through the break. When we get back, we'll go take a look at the ZSL. And, folks, you can get in on the action, 877-927-6648. You got the Dow up 316, S&P's up 36. We'll be right back.
Folks, this is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com under newsletter. Hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game, risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. I'm the co-host of Money Master, Steve Rhodes. Tom is out for the day. He will be back in the morning. He is doing a keynote speech out in San Francisco, and you can still watch us on Tiger TV, folks. You can see all of the screens. You just don't get to to see us. Of course, we exploded over Thanksgiving, and so that's why we don't have the screen, the monitor on. No, I'm just kidding you. And we're on the phone with Dave from Boston. He wants to take a look at the ZSL, which is the triple ultra short for the silver contract right now. You've got silver trading up $1.11 at 32.12. So, Dave, tell me what you'd like to do here. What do you see, and how can I help you?
Okay, well, what I'm looking on a longer-term time frame on a weekly.
Okay.
It looks like a pretty good bear flag setting up on silver, and I was going to pull the trigger Friday, and I'm glad I didn't, because I think there's an oversold bounce, and I don't know if you're in the same camp. I think this bounce is probably going to last for a few days at least, or up to that 122 in the SPY. There's a big gap window there. And I was going to probably wait, because I know this trades inverse the dollar, and commodities mostly they do. So I was just thinking maybe our 12.25, what I'm looking at for an entry on ZSL. I just wanted to see if you see the same thing.
Yeah, what I do see with the ZSL right now is, if you go back, you've got a couple of things. Number one, I know that you're gunning for that that high volume high out there, that was on September the 26th. That range there, folks, is 1794 all the way up to 2213. And right now, if you take a look at the next high volume on the ZSL date that's out there, and you do want to trade it off of the silver contract and the dollar, and just like you're talking about, trying to really put the correlations in place. But if you take a look at that August 4th date, the low there is 11.99, the high 14.20, and you had 29 million shares. So you mentioned 12 something. So I think that low of 11.92, 12, and 12 and a quarter, because what you also have there at 11.94 is you've got a gap up on on November the 16th. And the actual high on that candle was 11.94. So you got kind of two confirming things there in that 11.94 range, if you will. You mentioned the SPY, so let's go over and take a look at the ETFs out there. And we take a look at the SPYs here. Give me a second to go ahead and pull that up. And on the SPY daily chart, which I'll pull up here on my screen. So on the SPY daily chart, right now you're trading at 120.16. And what was it that you were looking at? There's
a gap right around that 121 to 122, I believe, on 11.19.
Yes. You've got the gap down from the 18th. The low is 121.47. It gapped down the following week, the following Monday, November 21st, so a week ago today, as a matter of fact. And the high there was 120.35. And I think that is is one of the areas where we'll get a release of information. It seems really hard for me. Look, if our market doesn't close, at or near its highs, then this is nothing more than just a one-day bounce out here. But,
right.
Because when you take a look at just all the patterns that are in place that suggest that at a minimum, if we just take a look at the retracement and the SPYs from the high of October 27th down to the low of Friday's session, that the 0.382 area brings you to the 121.25 as well, which would close that gap. So that is an expected move. Now, if we get up there today, when you have a gap up and you get up there, you could take a look at this as being a very, a wide range bar, a long range bar. And so you want to just take a look at the volume. But the volumes have been off for weeks, if you will. And so the better trade on the SPYs is just a normal retracement getting up into that 0.618 area at that 124.37. So I hope that helps you, Dave.
Sure does.
Great. And thanks for calling. Always good to hear your voice. Grateful for your call. Folks, give me a call, 877-927-6648. You get the Dow up 310. S&P's up 36. Small caps up 30. Leading the charge on the way up. We'll be right back.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, Did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Great Panther Silver. For more information, just click the Great Panther Silver banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. I'm your co-host, Steve Rhodes. Tom is out for the day doing a program out in San Francisco. He will be back tomorrow. You can still follow us live on Tiger TV. You get all the charts, and you can catch the archive of this show on Channel 15. It's really important because, my real outcome is absolutely to be able to teach you something. It helps to meet my needs. My focus in life is being able to contribute and help folks grow. That's where I spend most of my time, thinking about coming up with ways. How can I help others out there? For me, it's just a great place to be able to live. And what I've got up on my screen right now, what's really so important. I alluded to it earlier. I don't recall if it was in this show or it was in the kickoff show that I did from 9 o'clock. But the reality is, why you want to be able to do the work yourself or make sure, that you hire a coach or a mentor to be able to do that is because if you just simply took a look over the last 130 years, 61% of the time, folks, this is accurate statistics. 61% of the time, we have been in some type of recession. And so what does that mean? That means that, only 39% of the time over the last 30 years have been a boom time. And what does that mean? It means that the economy is going to change. And history will repeat itself. I went and I showed you the chart from 1929 from Thanksgiving week, what's talked about in the press. And what was actually cool about that is, number one, even though it was the worst since, let's say, 1932, it was still only half as bad, if you will, when you go back to 1932. What was even more important was understanding the sacred geometry that was present between swing points back then. It's present now. And it doesn't matter how many folks really know about it. It still is a way to be able to mathematically identify fear and greed and help you to understand normal breathing patterns that are going on inside a marketplace. And if history is going to repeat itself, and if you want to be able to find a way to thrive, totally thrive in any market conditions, and if you knew that you could achieve, that you could be fulfilled, that you could live a life of meaning, folks, wouldn't you want to do that? That's why for the last quarter of a century, I've actually spent time understanding, the secrets to human growth. I spend my time wanting to be able to help you grow. And the systems, folks, that I'm using, those are the systems that are used by millionaires, billionaires, captains of industry, leaders of nations, the most successful athletes on the planet. And when you do that, folks, what it allows you to do is allows you to wake up with passion each and every day, and allows you to enjoy the journey. And what it mostly does, folks, it allows you to attain financial freedom. So I want to be able to share those strategies. I do that with you here. I do that more so with my clients on a daily basis. And folks, if you are looking, to find another gear, if your trading is great and you still know there's more out there, or if you're just getting into the game, I want you to understand this is about a money game. This is a money management game. We use trading, if you will, investing, going back and forth, in and out of trades and making money. That's just an element of the money game. That's just the tactics. You want to really understand the strategy. If you're looking at the screen here, you'll understand the strategies of, again, we talk about being in boom times, being in recessionary times, about how these markets, they work on a continuous basis. Right now you can see that we are in this down channel on the New York Stock Exchange. A better way to be able to this is a monthly chart. It's a better way to be able to take a look at what it is that's going on, because you've got a bigger breadth of the market and what's happening here. And you can see that we have entered this down channel. And this down channel, is going to last for a while. We're going to go up and down. It is no different than what we had going on in the September 2008 time frame, in the October 2008 time frame. We had wild swings, and so we're going to be in this for a while. And I want to be able to help you protect your assets. So if you're in the mutual funds, I want you to understand that being able to go to cash is a position. And if that's where really all of your nest egg is tied up, then you want to absolutely tune into the show. You can learn so much just from my newsletter service, folks, that it would help you to navigate in and out of your mutual fund. So, go over to the homepage of TFNN, click on my name, if you will, and I'm willing to invest in you for the next 30 days. That's what I want to be able to do. I want to make an investment of you. I do all the work all the time, and if after the 30th day you decide that this is good for you, then you go ahead and then try my newsletter for another month. And if it's not good for you, at least you've given me the opportunity to help you grow and contribute some way in your life. So, we take a look at the New York Stock Exchange out here. You can take a look at this chart, and we can see that it's important to understand, other patterns that are out there, actually the candle formations. And I talk about bullish engulfing candles. I featured bullish and bearish engulfing candles this week in my newsletter. Last week I had featured some three-river evening star formations, both at the bottom and at the top, evening star formations. And you want to understand those candle patterns that are out there, and it just helps you, in your trading. If we take a look at the New York Stock Exchange on a weekly basis out here, what you'll see is, if I take a look, actually let's look at it on a daily basis. So on the daily basis, what you will see is that you've got a, again, another Gartley buy pattern. You can see that today's action, you've got some conviction from a price standpoint behind it. We'll go see, what's going to happen from a volume standpoint. Still some fear out there in the marketplace. And in this case here, a normal bounce on the NYSE takes you to 72.67. There would be nothing wrong, even with a move all the way up to 74.95 in the New York Stock Exchange. It would just simply be a 0.618 retracement on the way up. You can see that what we made was just over a 0.618 retracement on the way down. And when I talk about the way down, I'm talking from October 28th to the low that was put in on Friday. And so all we're taking a look at are just these normal geometric patterns that are out there, and retracement levels, the Fibonacci summation index that is out there, and it just helps you with your trading. I want to be able to do that for you. I don't want you to, don't buy into what it is that you hear about on the radio. I'd rather be able to teach you what the charts are really telling us, because it will help you to manage what's going on in your life. Let's go take a spin around and see what is going on out there in some of the other high volume or high profile stocks. Let's go take a look at Apple. Have not taken a look at that all day. AAPL is the symbol on that. And we take a look at Apple. Apple's trading right now at 372.91. Volume so far, you've got 4.3 million shares. You're an hour and 20 minutes into the trading session, so you're looking maybe at about a $24 million day. $24 million day. Hey, that sounds good. A 24 million volume day. When we made the low on Friday, you did it with 9 million shares. So we'll see how this trades. Again, volume could certainly drop off. If we go, and we'll go take a look at the 10-minute, 5-minute charts when we get back, folks. We're going into our last segment. 877-927-6648. Stay tuned, folks, because Basil Chapman is in the on deck circle. We'll be right back.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but two exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, The Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses, keep money in your community, and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio, therefore we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today. Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Basil Chapman, editor of the Chapman Market Line and Trends Watch, as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, up next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. I am Steve Rhodes, in for the next 4 or 5 minutes, and absolutely stay tuned. I love Mondays around here. We got Basil Chapman in the on-deck circle, then following him, Larry Pesavento, who will hit a home run out of the park, guaranteed. And then you've got David White coming in at 3 o'clock, and you want to tune into that show. Then today you've got Ken Shreve from 4 to 5. I will fill in for Tom from 5 to 6. We'll see how these markets close. You know, it looks to me like we're going to stay up at these highs. The volume, you know, is nothing significant yet. We'll see what transpires throughout the day. And when we went to break, we were taking a look at Apple. So if you've been listening to this show, if you've been listening to me, you know I've been calling for Apple to make at least a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD down. Now the price projection on that is 363.59. And what did Apple due on Friday. It got down to a low of 363.32, closed at 363.57. Are you kidding me? 2 cents? I was off by 2 cents, folks. Look, it was a pretty easy call to be able to make. Why? Because what Apple did during the time period of the 14th, of the 18th, of the 19th was it created this island reversal top. And patterns, just like, folks, just think about Thanksgiving. Think about the rituals and the patterns that you went through, that you experienced on that day. Just think about the rituals and the patterns that you experience each and every day. Those patterns replicate themselves inside these marketplaces day in, day out. And that's really what it is that we look for. And if you went back to the Apple chart, going back to February time frame, February of 2011, you will see that that Apple also had another island top reversal pattern. And what did it do after that? It made a 1 to 1.272, A to B equals CD down. That's exactly what Apple has done in this case. Is the work over? Well, in this case here, from Apple's standpoint, the work is not going to be over until it clears the October 4th time frame. You are trading with inside that bar. That is a high volume bar, 44 million shares. The high on that is 381.80. The low on that is 354.24. Ooh, how I would love Apple to get down to 354.23, less than 44 million shares, close inside there, because that would be the easy trade, folks. That doesn't mean that Apple will then move higher from there, but that is where you've got that's where you would master probability from a price standpoint, from a probability standpoint, and that's really what it is you want to be able to do. You want to be able to do that with these patterns that we trade each and every day. Now, what Apple did do, and it's also right now, there's another area that you want to take a look at, and that is the actual trading session from October 5th. The October 5th trading session is just as important as the October 4th. Why? Because on October 5th, what you created was a bullish engulfing pattern. That engulfed the entire body of the prior session. In this case here, the October 4th session. Now, the low on the 5th here is at 360.30. And so Apple didn't get down and test that low. That becomes, a real support area. But you're trading inside that bar as well, at the 379.82. That may be its next resistance area. So you want to be able to watch Apple, because that has been a leader with regard to the Christmas season, all the products. I'm sure that their store was packed during Black Friday, Saturday, Sunday, probably packed today as well. They do have great products. If we go over, take a look at the ETF structures right now. Let's see what kind of volume it is that we've got behind it. And I've got the 5-minute charts up on my screen. You can see all 4 5-minute charts of the SPYs, the Qs, the small caps, the IWM, and the diamonds. And what you will see is no volume at this stage behind this move. No volume whatsoever. We had volume at the open. You could have expected that. And what you're looking for here, what you'd love to see is even a pullback to the highs of the open at 935 and then see some type of sign of strength. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Stay tuned for Basil Chapman and Larry Pesavento, David White from 3 to 4, Ken Shreve from 4 to 5. I'll be back from 5 to 6. Have a great day, great morning, and see you tomorrow morning or at 5 o'clock. Thanks, folks. Have a great day.